What's up, guys? Good morning. What's up? What's up? How you doing? It would seem like the pre-market session is moving once again. All right, let's see what we got moving here. CNEA looks pretty decent. I'm actually gonna write up my watch list early. This thing doesn't look bad at all. Looks pretty decent. It's been moving. Right now it's up 77% with 23 million shares of volume. The first question I'm asking myself, of course, is, what's the valid entry here? What is a valid entry? The high of the last move was 324, and it seems like we're having resistance against that level. Low of the last pullback around 04. The 5-minute candle does look decent. I wouldn't mind taking a starter here and adding if it goes down some more, but probably should have jumped in. Anyhow, so let me just look at the daily chart as well. It might give a chance. This is the third time that it's down here too. Oh, wrong broker. Keep forgetting. I'm so used to just hitting Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim's hotkeys. This thing looks decent though, right? 75% move up, was that 23 million shares of volume? Bro, these hotkeys are just like market orders. But anyhow, I'd want to watch and see how well it does. Coming back up to like 15 and then 20 area. Just small size. How many shares did I sell? Was it not 250? Big Beam, brother, how you doing? Big Beam is also in the building.
Good morning, man. How are you?
Pastor's feeling pretty good for some pre-market trades.
Nice. Are you trading right now?
Yeah, I'm long ZENA small size. I got a tight stop here though, so we'll see if it holds up or not.
I don't like that. I don't trade pre-market, but I don't like that it broke the 5-minute high by like 2 cents and then rejected again.
Yeah, I did notice that, like a bit of a double top up there, 25. But I'm giving it a chance here, see if it does hold up on this pullback. I'm only like small size though, just like 500 shares, 1,000 shares.
Do you see that trend line on the 5-minute too? pretty obvious trend line.
as an
It
ascending
could
support.
be, yeah, could be another area of support.
We shall see.
Which I think on this candle it's around like 295 area. Next candle it would be closer to like 3. What's your average price?
301.
Oh, that's a good spot.
Yeah, I sold half at like 10. I had 1,000 shares, sold half at 10. Right now, I'm just like holding the other half to see if it goes all the way. But like right there, 15 to back down, you know. But
Yeah. Yeah, back when I was doing research of like maybe trading pre-market, one of the trades that I've found worked like pretty well, although it doesn't happen that often, is literally just the high day breaks. Because in pre-market, normally they don't stutter like they do in normal market hours, and like the high day breaks is where it can just start like skipping dollars randomly.
yeah, I've seen that. Something else that I've noticed is that scalping aggressively doesn't work unless the stock is as liquid as it is at the open. There's a bid there, 12, 20,000. We'll see if that helps us out. But if I can take either the 1 minute pullback or the 5 minute setup and hold longer, I could potentially see better follow through. That's what I've noticed the last like year and a half ago when I gave it a shot. But
Yeah, another thing that wrecked me, even on that day at the team house, was like trying to buy dips when it's starting to fail, like pre-market, when it's going up, it's gonna pretty much go up until like obviously it starts to go down, but once it starts going down, man, it's just so like it just never bounces on pre-market.
I sell quarter here, 12, 11, 12 because we rejected 15 twice. Now I'm just holding like a baby position to to maybe break even here. But an entry that I would take if it's strong again would be maybe over 15 for the 5 minute candle to make a new high on this bit of a 3 bar play, but we'll see.
This is that trend line I was talking about.
Yeah, beautiful ascending support. There's another bid here at 8, 15,000. So I'll get ready to add back maybe 600 over 15 with tight stops. What is it going to be? Can we rip through the level? Well, okay. Now it has to go through the highs or else about, well, look at that. It's coming down. Uh, okay, whatever. Rejecting again. Well, that'll put me from green 70 bucks to flat. But adding in that area is always going to be, risky. I gotta make some better hotkeys too because I feel kind of slow. Like, the flattened hotkeys, like, just, I think I have one too. I have to check. It should be like, get out all on the bids.
Is this Lightspeed, Pastor?
No, I'm using DAS. Well, my YouTube screen is on the wrong thing. I apologize. Jeez. Oh man. I'm using DAS and Thinkorswim. Well, I guess those of you on YouTube, you got a pretty good look at the disclaimer, right? Which is a good thing. I was trading ZENA. Is there anything else that's looking good? There's two cheaper stocks. NXU, maybe.
Make or break moment right here on Xena.
Oh yeah.
Looks like it's a break moment.
If it gets a good reclaim, it could be worth it.
Yeah, it depends on how it closes here in the next 20 seconds.
NUKKW. CTNT. NUKK.
Next support level is probably like 280. If it does go down. NXU over VWAP, moving up. From 48 to 54. What's up, guys? Good morning. For those of you tuning in on YouTube, we do apologize for the screen sharing mistake there. And that was on for like 15 minutes, so nobody can't say they didn't have a good look at the disclaimer. Day trading is risky. Yeah, NXU definitely worth watching. That break of VWAP was clean. We had a small baby pullback just now, and then new highs. Time, the 5 minute candle is still young, so can we see another pullback? That's the question here. Let me prep my shares. This is sub $1, so I'm kind of curious as to how my fills are gonna look. In fact, I'm just gonna test it out here. 500 shares. Am I gonna still get fair fills? Is this ask? I think this is ask plus 4 and then bid. Okay, this should work. So I'll get filled on the ask going in and on the bids coming out, which is fine. Which means we gotta pick our spots carefully. Well, it's still going 61. Pre-market high is 64. The move up has been so aggressive that are we gonna have a tight pullback if we see a red candle here? It's pulling back. We'll see how tight it is. There's some bidders though. We got a few bidders. Sways, what's up? Yeah, this thing's just going. There's the pre-market high, 64. Train has left the station. This one could be good into the open. Well, I mean, it's the 9:04, still a lot of time.
NUKKW.
How long was I on the Warrior Trading live stream? Well, I was never a Warrior Trading student, but I did check out a few of Warrior Trading's live streams, like in the past, like GameStop, stuff like that. And that's when I knew that Ross was legit, man. Like 500,000 in one pre-market trading session is like insane stuff. Tisha, what's up? Why did I decide to trade pre-market? Pre-market has been nice in the morning. Um, Honestly, I wanted to start coming in earlier, and no better way to do that than to give myself obligations. As crazy as that sounds. This way, if I come out here and publicly say that I'm gonna be here at a certain time every day, then now I have no choice. And if something is good enough to trade, like A quality, then I'll trade it with small size. But I do want to come in earlier. So this thing is pulling back and it's pulling back into the new candle. It's pretty bullish, so I think the pullback is still worth watching. I would have loved to be in on the front side. So I gotta definitely be careful if I'm gonna take an entry here. But I'm not too fussy to jump in. Like if we can base out properly with an obvious bottom, then I can try. And maybe even scaling in would make more sense here. Just in case I buy low, but it keeps going down. So far we got 59.01. They GTC EXT. I think GTC EXT is for Thinkorswim, and then DAS, of course, just Day Plus. Good till close, something like that. EXT after hours. It's not ideal for me to take the pullback on a red candle on the 5. Shout out to Jessica. Taking all those FINRA exams. That business is not bad business. You know, hanging out with the traders from Guardian, being inside of the headquarters. It's not bad business. Here's a bit of a rejection. We'll see if it bases out around 58. Seven, 6, 7, 8 cents. It's 9.10. It's the NEA, man. So it pulled back to where? 80. 84, the VWAP. I think that one should be good into the open. Maybe not right away, but you know, in like the first hour. There's 58.60. The ask price is like lingering kind of high, and I'll be getting in on the ask, so definitely being patient. And I'm not too fond of the set. I might not even take the trade here. I'm not super fond of the setup. New candle. It needs to get over 62. I'm gonna try to break out small size. There's 65. And a couple cents. Only 3K size there too. It might keep going. I don't know why I didn't jump back in, but anyhows, let's see how it does. 67.
NXU.
Well, a little bit of gas money to start the day, right? Better than nothing. Okay, it's 9:12, so I'm gonna jump up top. For those of you who are in Gen 1, you guys can, if you want to, continue to hang out. Maybe Classy Beam gives you guys a very special insight to how he dominates the markets.
NXU.
But I'm gonna jump up top. I'm gonna officially start the stream here for the students. I'll see you guys at 11. Enzo, what's up, brother?
How are you doing, RT? Good morning.
Doing all right, man. At least a green start to the day here.
Very good, I see. Nice.
NXU.
NXU is just going. But alright, I'll jump up top. So for those of you tuning in on YouTube, be sure to hit the thumbs up. And let's rock and roll here. I gotta do some trend lines actually, and then I'll be good to go officially. Ryan, Chris, good morning. I didn't trust this pullback super, I didn't really trust this pullback a lot. But into the new 5-minute candle over 62 was worth it for the breakout. So if I'm to do this differently, I think a little bit more size 62, early entry, tight stop, about a 1 cent risk, and then, try to get something out of it, especially at 66, 67. If I'm lucky, I'd be holding like 1,000 shares at 70, but it's a good move, good volume, not bad. And because I have offsets on my hotkeys, it honestly feels like I'm still using market orders, but I do have to be careful of higher fills and make sure that there's good liquidity before I get involved. But anyhow, NXU, it's up 176% with 50 million shares of volume. Definitely enough to be trading here pre-market with that crazy level of liquidity. I'm going to check the daily chart here. The strategy is so short term that honestly it's not always necessary. But because I'll be watching at this throughout the entirety of the morning, it'll be good to know if there's any potential resistance coming up. So we had 67, which we broke. The next obvious level is then 94, 105, and then about 115. So 94 cents potential if this thing keeps going. That's going back to March of this year. Good old Relentless trader coming in, trading pre-market. You guys know, man, once we put our minds to it. But we gotta trade A quality setups only. No hyper scalping, just, giving it time. Well, let's not say no hyper scalping. If there's a stock that, because sometimes there's a stock that comes where it moves as if it's already the open. If there's a stock like that, then we just do our normal thing with big size to, like 2K size, 3K size, $3 stock. Try to start a day up a couple $100 or $1,000 if possible. But look at this thing go, right? All the way up to 75 NXU. So into the open, are we going to see pullback since we had such an extended move here starting around 40 cents? From 40 cents up to 75. We're to zoom out here a little bit. So 85% move in the last 20 minutes. NXU. So moving on, there's LGCB. Another cheaper stock, around 50 cents, up 87%. This one, on the other hand, has been pulling back, which makes me feel, well, let's not even say feel. There's no feelings. Makes me think it might curl up into the open. Do we need a relief bounce from this extended move to the downside? That's LGCB, up 90%, 74 million shares of volume. And talk about volume these days compared to just 4 years ago. I have recordings still, I can, one of these days I can show you guys what the volume used to look like for the traders who might have started just like a year ago. Volume is like 10x since COVID. Literally like 10x. All that new printing, right? All that new money. So anyhows, let's see. So 73 for our highs, 50 for our low. We're currently around the lows. Daily chart. Our last big gap down candle was on September 20th. We had a high point of 95 cents. $200 EMA all the way up there, 209. Probably not going to be relevant, but just in case. Sometimes you never know. So that's my target if this is to be really strong. Can we get back to the pre-market highs and then hopefully the 90, 95, maybe break of one? Could be interesting. All right. Next stock, ZENA, up 60%, 28 million shares of volume. This one is above $1, which is good. You know, whatever the strong stock is, that's where we're going to be, right? Forget price, high, low, doesn't matter. Wherever the hot stock is, that's where I will be. I'm going to clear the drawing set here. Get some fresh levels. Actually, that probably wasn't necessary, but we got 326 pre-market highs. Low of the pullback had been 76. Honestly, this looks pretty decent down here. This could be good. Anyhow, 76 for the lows. Let me check and see if this is a recent IPO. It seems like it is, or at least a recent name change going back to October 1st. High was 11. We've been selling off since then. The last bounce that we had was on October 11th. High of 311. So 311 and $11. The only other like key levels. It's giving me a read on the 200 EMA. It's not been 200 days yet, but there's a 200 EMA. So that level is at 790 on Thinkorswim. I'll just put it here, just why not, right? I don't know how that math works, but it's still giving me a read on that level. So yeah. And those are my top three. Right now we're starting the day just, you know, green $70, some gas money in these high inflation times. So we're gonna look to try and build off of this, and you know, can we get ourselves up to 300, then 6, then, you know, 10, not 10, but 1K, and then 1500, and then 2K, and, you know, have a solid day. What we don't want to do is start red. We've been starting red a lot, and so really that's where we're trying to put the emphasis. Once upon a time ago, I didn't use to trade in the first 3 minutes. I'm wondering if I should bring back that rule. You know, even yesterday I kind of went red $100. Granted that it's a scratch trade, but still, you know, I'm trying to get myself just green, stay green, go higher into the green, and have a very smooth experience here. I understand though that things don't always go exactly according to plan. So I'm aware that some flexing may occur, some red may happen, but I do want to trade the best quality opportunity coming into the open. NXU, can we see an opening surge? As mentioned, it gave such a big move already. We're still in a bit of a hot market, but we're definitely not as hot as we were last week. We can already feel like it's cooling off. So is this going to give an opening surge? Is this going to come into the open and just go? Just big green candle again? I don't know. I'm leaning on the side of probably not. So nothing else looks good for me to be super aggressive right away. How did BOF? I think that was a stock earlier. BOF. Well, it pushed up and sold off. And maybe there's something here, but you know, we'll see. It put it to my recents. I'll post the official watch list here. I'll post the official watch list. CCTG also, but lower volume there. So watching NXU, LGCD, ZENA, CCTG, and BOF as a maybe. I'm not even going to put trend lines in that one, but just in case. And by the way, how's okay, I think we're looking good here. If you're tuning in on YouTube, be sure to hit that thumbs up. And if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel, okay? We do appreciate it. I'm going to turn on my screen recording. For those of you who are MMU students, make sure that your screen recording is turned on. It is mandatory. It is mandatory. All right, looking good. Hold on. Check, 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 check. Okay, that's a little bit better. There's somebody doing construction in the background. So CCTG, just for a quick couple of trend lines. Let's see here. Actually, I'll clear the drawing set. Pre-market highs, 428. Low of the pullback, 260. 200 EMA on the daily, 301. We do have some daily levels I'll check out here. Let's see. I'm going all the way back to March of this year. We had a high point of 472, March 14th. Actually, I remember this stock. I remember this one. I think we did well on it, if my memory's any decent. February 8th, we had a high point of 694. Two potential targets / areas where we could watch out. Is that 694? Yeah. 2 targets and 2 levels that we could watch out for potential resistance. And that's my watch list. So with about 3 minutes to go, Relentless Trader, what is your plan? What are you thinking about doing today? How do you want to approach this day? What can you do to give yourself the best odds of success? There's another battle ahead. You know, I love the military analogies, and so I'll continue with them, right? I think, again, starting red is a problem. So avoiding early trades that are just not super good setups. If, yeah, price action, whatever, but if we're not seeing a super good setup, forget price action and just wait, right? That's one. I think 2, once I do get green, I got to get back into a lot of the things I used to do a few months ago, which was get green and actually size down a little bit and work on building another small cushion and then size back up quickly if I can. Because I used to find that once like that first front side move is done, I give back profits. So to avoid giving back profits, especially if there's like a backside dip that I'm looking for, to just size down, don't forget about trying to maximize the profits on every single trade, but instead play the long game on the day, build a small cushion again, risk that cushion. If I give back that cushion, that's it. But if I can build off of that cushion, I can keep trading throughout the entirety of the day, all right? And being aware that if it is a market like last week, that everything is going to have to be a little inflated, right? As in our max loss in these things because of how aggressive the stocks could be. You know, this is what really separates the good traders from the great traders, is these small details. and the quickness to implement the change. So we got to be a little quicker, right? In our thought process, our analysis, and our overall feel for the market in terms of how hot it is. So with a minute and 22 seconds, I think NXU is the strongest one to this point. I'll be watching this into the open. I'll be patient, and I'll look forward to trading the best quality setups that I know and love. Other than that, it's going to be fun because it always is. So let's have a good time. Let's trade to the best of our abilities. And for those of you on the YouTube stream, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Facebook, Twitch, we do appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It is go time. Bringing out the blue light glasses and a sip of water. Sip of water used to be tradition at one point here. Coming into the open. We would be sipping other things, but it's too early for them. No, I'm just kidding. So we got 25 seconds to the open. Share size. Share size looks good. Across the board. Share size looks good. NXU, a bit of a pullback here. Last support level, we'll see if it holds up. All right.
GDEV.
And there's a halt early. LGCB. There's a small bottoming wick. I like that this thing held up 70 cents NXU, and that's a 7-cent range right there. So it's a pretty big range. It means business, all right.
ORKT.
I think this is definitely the one to watch. I'm going to try to hit it hard when I do get involved here. We'll see how well it holds up the pullbacks. You got to be careful of the spread. Oh no, I'm on good till close. Crap. Maybe that's going to save me. Day. I bought 71, but order rejected. Would I have made money? Probably not. It went to 68 low. Was aiming for the double bottom.
BTOC.
Yeah, that's right. If you're trading in pre-market, you got to remember to change the TIF, the time in force. Which I honestly didn't even need to touch it, being that I'm executing through the ass. But just in case of emergency, if I have to limit out on Thinkorswim. Okay, that's fine. I'll just wait another 3 minutes. How's CCTG? Not bad so far. What's the low of that candle? 64. I'm gonna take a trade here. It's a bit of a higher entry than I would like.
KNO.
We'll see if NXU is able to get over 80. It seems like it's trading in a range for now. CCGT, if I see confirmation, I'll buy back and add. But I'd want to see like 73, 74. with good volume. But can we continue? I can add back a, well, never mind. Forget adding back. Gosh. 10-cent drop in the blink of an eye. I was gonna add over 80. Well, okay, it's back at 80. Hmm. I'm gonna need glasses in a couple years, I can tell. Your eyes have to concentrate so much. So there's 290, that's good. I'll be watching, oh, 298. Dip, 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 dip. You're gonna force me to take the high, huh? And it's not, okay, it is gonna go 301. Should have took 90. Why is it so strong out of the blue? That it's so strong that it didn't even dip. I don't want to chase it and be too aggressive. It's CCTG, the one that I'm watching at. 200 EMA was a 1. VWAP coming up as next level. Gonna be patient.
ORKT. T is
LGCB looks like there might be a setup coming as well. Just in case this one does fail. Okay, do I need to be more aggressive? Alright, let's wait. Let's wait. I don't love these trades. Alright, I could have done better there. And it's a one-hit wonder on the dip. Down and then back up.
TC.
There's no way that was a losing trade, but okay. Fine. It's having trouble at the VWAP. Will it push through 16? If we get a 5 minute, we can't afford a pullback here. We can't afford a 5-minute pullback, rather. Well, it would be best if it doesn't happen. If it does, we could be looking a little weaker. I'll take this here. What was the low? 45, 17. I'm gonna chase it, which might not be the best move here. 04. It's kind of struggling. I thought it was gonna go for heist. This candle's really at a bad place. Can we hold up the dip again? We've been having higher lows, which is good. But obvious resistance overhead at 16. I'm curious as to how the 1 minute candle to make the new high is gonna do. Can we keep seeing higher lows here? Nope.
GDEV.
Flush down some more. Well, we're seeing a 5 minute setup. We're pulling back from resistance. So I'm asking myself, is it worth the dip? The volume down is low compared to the move up so far, but I think I'll come back to this one. Switching over to NXU or LGCB. NXU seems more liquid.
TSLQ.
I gotta be quick. I'm gonna attempt a breakout here. $83. Oh, it's holding. Back in.
MKOR.
I'm gonna pull it up on screen as soon as I can. $90. Holy shit. Still going. 94 potential resistance. Note to self. Sell market quicker. This thing has some wicked range, man. NXU. Hmm. 5 minute candle, 2 minutes. It's doing better than I'd expect here. Gotta watch out for the range though. I don't know if trying to get the breakout will make too much sense, but maybe a pullback could be better, but we'll see. 93 will definitely be 90 loss, 3 cents risk versus maybe 96 is like a 1-to-1. And we can't forget that this could be resistance. There's just a minute left in the candlestick. We could end up seeing a 5-minute setup. I'm going to try to go short if it doesn't go here. There's no shares. I'd probably add to it and have a stop just of 1 cent. Still holding high. Waiting. They're still holding high. I don't want to get caught buying here. I'm just going to be patient. I'm going to wait for the 5-minute setup. I'm not even going to take that. I think the 5-minute setup. So that short trade right here I've been covering right here. This has been a nice scalp down. 15,000 shares, you know. Nice trade there, about 9 cents. So will we see the 5-minute setup? And today I'm prepared for the exaggerated pullback. So please give me an exaggerated pullback because it's given an exaggerated pullback every day the last, I don't know,
BTOC.
the last, 5 weeks. So I'm going to sit back patiently here. Patiently. And I'm going to try to go for like 30K size or more. We're going to put on our big boy pants.
TC.
It's my first starter. Kind of high, but cool, whatever. Waiting patiently. $7,500 share starter. If it doesn't go as low, at least I got a starter, right? But I'm gonna plan to be in this trade for at least 20 minutes, unless I get stopped out. LGCB is doing all right. Someone saying I have the guts. What, Tisha? I have the guts. I can't really read the message here. Yeah, so far so good. I'll be waiting patiently here in this trade. The stock has been pretty bullish, right? From 45 to 80 pre-market and now pushing up some more. Am I only going to get a starter here? Might be the case. Might be the case. Perhaps it's the case. I'm going to add back if it drops. So I'm going to take something. Just a little something there. This position is not the position I would have wanted anyways. So it's like a skew trade. So we'll just actively manage. Son of a gun. We don't get the extended dip today. The one time I'm prepared. Stock is holding relatively well. So I guess I'm gonna have to gear up for the breakout. I'm gonna have to wait for the volume and then just take the breakout trade, but it's gonna be scalpy, right? So I have to be careful. I want to be in and out once, which is gonna be asking for a lot. There is some volume there, but maybe the early pullback is the trade that I need, which honestly would make more sense.
TC.
So dip down for me, dip down, dip, dip, dip. Shit, I'm gonna take that high. That's not great. Okay, okay, and I'll have to re-average 84 for the early dip. Do I chase it? I'm gonna take it 85. And we got filled 86 on the ask. Jesus Christ. Well, that went to crap pretty quickly, right? This pullback is not a bad pullback, but I'm in on it super high. All right, we got to take losses here, sadly. It looks like it's a full retracement. Do I try it one more time? Well, that's pretty disappointing, man. This freaking thing is going to drop from 90 to 84. So basically back to the lows. So the early pullback is going to be a full retracement pullback, which I could not have anticipated. The breakout would have been a good trade, but we needed the dip first. If it retests the lows, it could be good. I could still take the first position that I was looking at. But it all depends. So this could still be good. Maybe I still get a chance to take that big boy position here, but we'll see. Big boy size. Bro, I got filled so high just now, though. I mean, that was kind of crazy. Oh, son of a gun, you. It looks like it might have been like a bit of a higher low. I'm gonna try to hit the bids there because I'm just selling, just coming in, but all right, I'm gonna try again. All right, I'm gonna scale in here if I can over the next 5 minutes. Hopefully it pulls back. Give us the overextended dip that we know you can. Talk to me nicely here. 30K size is going to be big boy size though. If it goes against us, we're going to lose like 1K, assuming we get the full position. But if it goes in our favor, we should do like a cool 2,500. A cool 2,500. I'm going to leave this order out. Okay. Yes, yes, fill me, fill me. Fill me, and all you do not go super Titanic. Well, I got my big boy position. Will the stock stop me out here? Holy shit. 76. Cool. Well, 75. Jeez Louise. And I'm getting stopped out 75. We're gonna pull back tilt VWAP. Well, this is fine. Whatever. 1,800 bucks to the depths. Well, I wanted to put on my big boy pants and that didn't last not even 5 seconds. Are you kidding me? Come on. I was watching 78 and stop 75. It's gonna stop me out. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. A little bit of slippage, perhaps.
TC.
The bulk of the trade coming in 79, 78, 79. Bro, 74, man. Come on. So even despite being prepared for the bigger pullback, I'm going to get taken to the depths. But we knew what it was, so it's not a problem. CCGT, this one, unless it curls back up, we're going to leave this alone for the time being. CCGT, not good, at least not yet. LGCB, NXU, everything selling off. It's down to even 72. ZNEA, not much. We're gonna hunt down the elusive big boy position once again, sometime, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. 72, brother. The VWAP bounce yesterday, for those of you who stuck around during like 11 a.m., the VWAP bounce on that stock came at like 301, I think maybe was the VWAP. But the pullback's still so aggressive. This should bounce back. If this is any good, this has to be the bottom. If this is any good, and I probably could take the trade again. If this is any good, but I'm not gonna, be that aggressive. If this is any good, in the next 10 to 15 minutes, we should see at least like 82, at least, hopefully. 79, not the bottom. 78, not the bottom. All right. Waiting for something else. Waiting for something else. TC. TC, let's check it out. How are we doing? Looks like it was halted. Oh yeah, this looks good. Mooning. 97 for highs. 40 for lows. Seems pretty good. The pullbacks though did seem pretty aggressive. Is there a bid there? Nope. But it's still holding. Waiting. It might give break of 9 soon. Goodness. 35 the low. I probably should have added there instead of selling that 3 average. The 5-minute candle is red though, is the only problem.
EFSH.
You're not playing with these fills, boy. Gotta hit the bids. Gotta hit the bids. Gotta hit the bids, brother. Okay. I needed more size down there, like 15 area. Well, if the pullback is early, are we gonna see a full retracement or maybe 50%? I think I'll try to scale in depending on how it comes. Will we see the early pullback? This reminds me of the stock yesterday that we traded around 11 a.m. Time 03. Are we holding high? Can we see over 50? Bit of churn. It didn't pull back as much as I would have expected there. It's a tight pullback. It's saying the low is 20, but I saw like 33, 32. Unless maybe an order did go through at the bottom. Small size just in case it's a high pullback, but still willing to get in low. $37. I was hoping for that dip again, man, but
It is edge.
80, a little bit of resistance. Oh, there's a massive bid. Will it continue? I'm surprised it wasn't instant. It might sell through this order here. There's just 20,000 shares remaining out of the 60. Well, that 5 minute setup turned out to be pretty good. I think the only thing differently is just size, which I was willing to do if we could have pulled back sub 10. I was ready to add again for the whole dollar. But we held up 11 and 12. What? Bro, stop playing. Is this like, what's the rejection? What's this thing? Did we trade? This is too large. 2,500? Come on. Bro, you're gonna miss that beautiful dip for that. Stock is trading 13 million shares and you can't take 2,500 shares. I probably would have gotten filled at like 90. It could have been a nice trade there, back over 405 exit. Maybe selling half or the entire thing. Too early. I might try again. Oh, okay, it's not ready. The worst fill here, of course. Lovely. Oh, they're serious right now. I'm gonna average in again. Oh, it's gonna bounce. Okay. It's slow to bounce here, so I'm expecting like a bigger dip. But maybe it grinds up. What's it gonna be? Well, I'm gonna botch that. It's gonna come down a lot. 64. It's not snapping back.
EFSH.
I still like it, but of course, determining the bottom here. This would have been a nice stock to see early. Get into a better rhythm right away. See some cleaner trades. Let's just sell that. Trying for the ad, but maybe best not to be super aggressive in case this thing does come down some more. No immediate bounce. I might go. I'm gonna get stopped out. Well, maybe it's done. Unless it's a full pullback down to $3 again.
MKK.
VWAP not holding up. I'm in there longer because I'm looking at it as the 5-minute setup with a backstop in place. This is the absolute lows here, unless if it breaks down here, then it really is finish. These overextended dips, I tell you. The overextended dips. Even when you think from 430 to VWAP, you guys can see that I'm kind of getting caught with the same type of trade. Thinking that the dip, despite it's like big enough at VWAP is or some other level, previous high of day is good enough. We still dip down more. I get stopped out of the trade. So long right there, 30, stop at 25. We're making a low of 12, which is the low of the very first pullback. So I'm selling where I should be buying. Where did I sell? 22. I should be buying 22, 15. And now the beautiful move is going without me. My analysis is off. TC, not bad though. Pretty good move. I think for anybody who might have saw it early on the resumption. I mean, it looks like there was two resumptions. 947 and then 951.
EFSH.
Well, it's going to be a bigger red day here. We're down like 2K, which is not ideal. Not ideal at all. Yesterday, we're up 2,700. So at this point, I mean, I kind of botched this stock here. We botched TC. So if we're lucky, we'll get something else. But EFSH also pushing up. Hot stock from last week. Let's see. It looks like we had a resumption trade there. Low of 39, high of 22. Halt up is at 75. The halt is now at 91. That was close. $4 is gonna hold there. Those type of trades are hard to hold right there. It's a good bounce. We bounced up to 20, but then it retests the level immediately. Keeping it tight in case it flushes through. But missing that trade is another good bounce. 50-cent bounce. They're not playing with these fills though, that's for sure. 13. We're not seeing the bounce, watching to get back in, sub 90. Oh, 3 fill. Not great.
NUKK.
Oh, is that low? 90? The 5-minute candle has about a minute. Honestly, if it doesn't curl here, it's probably in the depths. Yeah, an 85 spread. Yeah, so the fills and the spreads. Well, okay, that'll do it for us today. We're gonna give back yesterday's gains. Fine. I'm a little disappointed on TC, on EFSH here. The other stock, we decided to go big boy size. We kind of knew what it was with the losses. But to not be green on these other two is like a little disappointing. Getting caught with big spreads, high fills. TC though, man, the first pullback was good. One of those situations where, you know, looking to scale in, just didn't get the bigger dip. All right, cool. I mean, it was a pretty good day. At least there was momentum. Max loss, man. Are you kidding me? Anyhow, well, that's gonna do it. I'm gonna jump down in Gen 1 and hang out a little bit. Well, I'm gonna get back a little even more than yesterday's gains. I'm gonna jump down in Gen 1 and hang out until about maybe 11:30, and then I'll shut it down. I may take a few trades at very small size, but kind of got caught here. But a big thing for me on these two stocks, TC and EFSH, it's very important that I'm here early. You can kind of see that, you know, I'm here as like the backside is starting. TC, we're there on this one for the first pullback. But witnessing the move up, you can get a better gauge, you know, previous halt levels, things like that. But we're essentially looking at it here, and then this move up. I'm not quite positioned, holding the dip well. Bought the dip, let's see, bought the dip well here, sold at 50. On the way back down, well, I can't even remember what the heck happened. Did I get chopped out at 03? Let's check. I tried 37, 03, no, 41, and then 37. Oh, this was, yeah, okay, so I took this trade here thinking we might see the higher dip, but then I sold it scratch, hoping for the bigger move down. I mean, it's such a small position that it wouldn't have mattered really, but I don't think we got, yeah, I don't think we got 20 on this pullback. This was where we had like 34, 33, and then it showed 20, unless I missed it, like an order must have went through down there or something. But that resulted into the next move. So a little bit of timing on TC, EFSH, and then the other stock we took the big boy position. Took the big boy loss. I gotta get the door. I think there's like a package or something. But I'm gonna jump down in Gen 1 in a sec here. Yeah, we're gonna keep the stream on for a little bit. I'm gonna jump down in Gen 1. It's one of those door-to-door guys. He's at the neighbor's house already, so dodge the long conversation there. All right, jumping into Gen 1. So for those of you who did Marcelo leave out, looks like he might have left early. Man, you know, the days like today are a little frustrating because I felt like I traded fairly well, but still got like blazed. Check, check. Gen 1 time with boys. Now, in order for me to get green on a day like this, I mean, I need a stock like TC to come from beginning, and I need to be watching it from beginning to end. Well, I hope you guys are having a better day than I am.
Nope. You know, this whole trading session, I wasn't on the chat at all, and I'm basically red on these super strong stocks. And this whole time I'm thinking like, man, how trash am I like to be red on these stocks? And but I mean, not glad, but you know,
All,
it's
all
interesting
the
to see
big
that
dogs.
other people also struggled on it too. So I mean, I don't know if it's, I don't know what the heck happened today with these stocks, but yeah, I feel terrible right now, dude. This sucks.
Yeah, Marcelo saying Max lost, Tim saying he got killed, gotta leave. I mean, I don't, mentally I feel pretty fine. I mean, I traded pretty well. It just it's a little disappointing to see that I'm even red at all, but to be red this amount. But I feel good. So if something else comes, I mean, I don't mind. Watch small size first though.
Could you chime in on what you think is going on with EFSH and TC? Because they're so strong, but I don't know why people find it, or we found it like difficult, or what was the struggle?
Well,
Like I feel like I'm lost right now. I don't know. It's crazy.
I think there's a couple of key factors. First, where did you see the stock and when? But if anybody's watching it early out of that resumption at like 950, if the dip and rip there was good and they traded that first move up well, I think they're in a pretty good sync with the stock to trade the pullbacks with good entries. But if you show up midway, you're kind of a little bit more out of it. But even then, accuracy on the dips, right? The first pullback was a little extended from 394 down to 310. People probably bought high at like 20, 30, maybe even 40, and got stopped out trying to get the bottom, which kind of happened to me a little. So I think just timing, showing up, because when you see the stocks early, it's just so much easier to get into a good rhythm.
I hear that. You
Crispy, what
know,
do you
for me
think?
it was interesting.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say because I would get some good trades on it and then give it back, and then I'll get some good trades on it and then give it back, and then you know, that kept happening over and over and over again. And I don't know if like the frustration of not making progress kept building up, and then towards the end I kind of just like lost my cool and patience, and boom, I took like a bigger than preferred loss, and then I don't know, I just kind of like called it from there. But like I'm not that I'm having like that type of terrible day, but it's just the fact of not making any progress and then taking a bigger loss right at the end. I was like, ah man, I just gotta stop right now.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's me.
the red to green
Dang.
here could be interesting.
On TC,
But you got to watch out for these crazy fills, man.
yeah, that too. That was another thing too.
It's having trouble at 50. Can we get through? I'll get back in over 55 here if it's strong. The spread. Trying to dip one more time. There's some big bids. Can we clear
The whole
55?
resumptions, the whole resumptions were pretty good though. Those were the trades that I actually did the best on. It was like throughout the move is when I struggled, I feel.
Well, I'm gonna sell that position maybe a little too soon. There's still a 10,000 bid at 40. Yeah, I sold that too soon. So over 55, it might go to like 65, 70 here. I don't know why I sold that trade. I need, what the hell was that? Okay, this thing's still strong. Can we dip? Can we dip?
It's just-
Fair fill. Fair fill.
Hope you get over 60.
Slow to bounce. Maybe sub 50. Oh, I sold it too soon again right there. Those are just, I mean, stuff like that too is part of it, right? You got to execute properly. You got to take the appropriate trades. Trust it. Give it time. Don't stop out before you stop. We sometimes get so into the level two that once the red starts to hit the tape, we just assume it's going to come down. And I fall victim to that a lot, if I will say. And it's just a noise. See, that fill there is on the ask.
Yeah, I just think it's 100% it's patience, man. Just gotta be patient.
A pullback like this is a little easier to lose because you'd expect maybe sub 40 and then back over 50. But here we are, 30. What's that, like 33 for the low? But when I make those mistakes and I see a stock like this, I can't help but feel like the stock is strong, right? I mean, it's just me making a few mistakes I shouldn't make on a move up.
Super strong. It's super strong, bro. Like, I mean, not like how it was before, but still,
Yeah.
like, the stock was strong. Unbelievably strong. And so was EFSH.
Crispy, how did you do? Were you able to get some green on these?
It was definitely a trickier day. I mean, I'm like barely green. I started out a little bit red, and I went to green like a couple grand. Then I just started swinging like probably just in like the wrong places. Like today felt like it was a lot more pumps versus like natural action. I mean, obviously the action is going to be rigged, by some degree, but I just felt like it was just super rigged and a lot more like pumps. So like, even this this TC stock, like it would look so dead and then it would just catch a bid, and by the time you try to get position, it's like chopping around. So certainly not easy, but it's possible to get green. Just have to be picking your spots a bit better, and I think having maybe a bit longer hold time if you're looking for that pump could be good.
I agree with the picking your spots and just having with these two, you needed to be patient, man. Couldn't just buy every action.
Mm-hmm.
I got a little, I don't like to use the word luck in trading, but I felt like I got a little unlucky here too. In terms of just like the randomness of the price action, there are certain things that kind of got me out of some trades that were sell indicators, and then the stock still went. But all part of the deal.
Yeah, it was just different. Like past 2 weeks compared to today. In my eyes, it's like night and day with like the fills and the quality of the stock, and I just feel like the retail traders were a little bit less aggressive. I mean, honestly, in the pre-market, I didn't love any of the setups, but I mean, NXU was probably good for like a range play, but that was kind of it. I got some TC long right here. hopefully they can flip the tape a little bit.
VEEE is also moving up a little bit.
It's nice on TC. They were churning down there, 330s. View ops right here at 47. So yeah, I'll probably take it off here into view op. But I might be selling early. You know, it's like these pumps can be kind of sticky.
Not a bad sell because that previous 5-minute candle.
Yeah, it's also just into VWAP. So, like the way I see it, it's like kind of like a bouncy ball. So you kind of drop it from a height, and then every bounce in theory is going to be less and less. So like right here, like this little upswing right here, it's into VWAP. It's in my eyes, it's getting kind of thick, and like I don't see any other stock holding up. So you could have a lot of just scalping, scalpers going along. So
Making the most out of what's left, basically.
yeah, it just kind of scraps right now, unless it's going to really open up. Like, I mean, I could see it go back to 4, like maybe one time, if it's going to really just catch a bid. But I'm not going to be like gambling on it. I'm just going to scalp the price action. Like right here, it's catching pretty good bid. But gotta see how well it's going to hold up. Pretty decent pump right here. Probably maybe like 370s right here, and then rejection. But again, the 5-minute, the 5 minutes not that great. I think it's premature.
VEE selling pressure here is definitely on the higher side. Biggest red day of the month, sadly here.
And for real.
Giving back yesterday's gains, brother. Not good.
That's dude. This should have been a good day for all of us. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it.
And NXU never really bounced after that 5-minute setup. I guess part of it was maybe just so extended from pre-market.
Are you green on NXU?
No, biggest loss there. Took a big boy position and lost big boy size. I went up to like 40k shares and I lost like 5 cents risk. or a little less than that, or maybe a little. I don't even know. Maybe a little more, something like that.
EC has a bidder. It's a lot of selling pressure. 370s.
This looks good on TC.
Yeah, they open it up a little bit here. Maybe a swipe of $4, and then it's gonna knife.
Do you guys watch MLPR out of the hold?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's halted up. I'll watch it, but yeah, daily chart looks pretty good. Just got to be aware the volume is pretty light into the halt. See if TC wants to go. Maybe the $4 swipe. Yeah, I think I might do $4 here. Let's see. Yeah, there's 4. I'm just selling over it quickly. Might be a mistake. Yeah, I had it back. That's a good trade. It's double topping at 430, so I'm gonna watch any dips here. Yeah, I just added again.
Wow, V, complete reversal.
Yeah, I took a loss on that one. I'm watching TC at this 430. I'm not sure if they want to do it right here, but the new 5 minutes coming in 45 seconds. So that could be a trigger. Seems like $4 is holding a little bit here. Yeah, there comes a bidder at 4, so I think TC is just it's shaping up for the 430s right here. Also gonna watch MNPR on halt. Yeah, no, stop that at TC.
I got caught in the same loss twice. Sub 4.
When PR resumed.
Nice. MNPR huge. Might halt up.
That was a nice resumption.
Nice. I'm still holding MNPR. I got 4,000 at 780. This daily chart's super strong, so hopefully it's gonna halt. Yeah, it's sticking. Yeah, so just like that, you know, the day turns around a little bit. That's good.
Congrats.
Thanks. It was risky. It was risky to, yeah, and now it's showing some stupid resumption. It was showing 20.
You gotta risk it for the biscuits sometimes, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's the perfect environment to be chasing into a second halt, but this daily has a daily level 865. So if it can gap up, they might just send it into that resistance. It's 865 and then 875 on the daily. Just hopefully they're not going to gap it down. Right now they're showing flat, so it could really open wherever. TC is really whipping around here. That's a brutal rejection. Like, honestly, if this move happened even like 2 days ago, I think it would fly. It would be already gone.
That stock is done.
Well, plus 700, minus 700 TC. Back to square one.
Yeah, that's a tricky 5 minute. Yeah. I think MMPR could be good if it's really going to catch some range. NXU's back to view up. Doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Took some NXU. Might be risky.
Looks good. NXU.
Maybe 75s quickly. Yeah, I'm actually holding a little bit here. Yeah, I'm just kind of afraid of a slam. Stock has a history of it today. All right, MMPR is showing 825. It might be a hold for me just for the daily levels. Kind of just depends where exactly where it's going to open. All right, 15 seconds showing 834. So depending how it opens, I might just hold it for the daily levels. Let's see. Yeah, those are, yeah, they just cleared out the daily levels right away. It might just halt up. Wow.
Yeah.
That's honestly really impressive. I sold all, but is what it is.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
a massive winner though for you. You held that trade into the halt completely.
The first one, yeah, but I sold. Unfortunately, I mean, it's showing flat resumption, but we'll just see what it does. Yeah, I sold. My exits were, oh wow, kind of bad. I mean, I got 880 and 860,
Bad.
but in my eyes, like, you know, it sucks I sold, but imagine like it cleared those daily levels and then it just did a massive swipe down or something.
Yeah, or if it would
Like, and then,
previous halt
and
level, you'd probably be stopping out there too, maybe.
yeah, so it is what it is. Like, it's showing 930 or now 945. So I had 4K, so I left probably like 3K on the table. But like, today has been so weak. It's like, I think to expect 3 halts up in a row that clean, it's a little bit unreasonable. Like just in my eyes. But I guess the daily structure was so strong that it just worked. That's good.
Yeah, we do live streams like this every day in the chat. Every day, every day. We don't always come on YouTube because this is for the chat room, but we're giving the YouTube people, showing the YouTube subscribers some love here.
It's kind of a good thing and a bad thing, but I never have like super high conviction on anything. Like I just trade in the moment. So if it's gonna open flat, do a dip and rip for try to go for $10, I'll do that. Like I just gauge the strength right when it opens. So like that resumption there, it was strong. So I held it, and then the moment it, like for me, I saw it like wick through that level, those 870s, and I'm like, okay, it's like I just saw some selling, so I just sold it. And there are times where it reverses, and in this case, it kept on going. So is what it is.
We'll see if NXU does decide to give a move.
Yeah, NXU is interesting if it wants to really open up. Yeah, MNPR is showing $10 now on the resumption.
NXU.
Yeah, new 5-minute just opened as well. So NXU if it wants to heat up. Certainly can.
Yeah, I'm holding some 75. A small position though.
Excuse me.
Where's Classy Beam?
Next you might go. Oh, never mind. Sellers. Right when I say it, the sellers come in.
For me, being that it's the third halt up, I'm not gonna get involved.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think I might have range. If they really want it, they can dip and rip to $10. But I'm doing smaller size regardless. Like best case scenario would be like dip to low nines, rip. Or it could just snap down to a halt. That's a possibility. Showing 85, 87. Okay, so we're almost opening at 10. Hmm, 10-minute halt. Kind of surprising.
Well, yesterday we saw a gap fill in UAVS, so hopefully we see one today too.
UAVS. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, honestly, UAVS was a surprise to me. Just because of how weak the daily structure is. Like, I honestly, I wouldn't consider UAVS like gap fill. I would just consider it more just a pump. Like, MMPR is definitely more of a gap fill because it has a stronger daily. NXU is going now. Yeah. Paul is 92. If somehow wants to skip here.
It's not giving big dips.
It's a hidden bid.
Got filled. I'm watching the dip. 94 or 79 rather.
Hopefully, it can go 85s. Hmm.
These high
It's a new
fills.
5-minute coming up.
Fills are brutal, man.
Yeah. The 80s holding a little bit. Okay. It's catching somewhat of a bid into the new 5-minute.
There's a bid at 80 again. Oh, 79.
I'm long here. That's strong. Yeah. I took 40K on that.
It's a quick reclaim.
Hopefully it's gonna hold.
It's
Wow.
definitely churning.
That's so bad. that should have went. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hands off. Like with that kind of trap, that thing should have flown. MMPR 30 seconds.
All right, I've lost $200 for damage control, so taking it easy. Here it is, MNPR.
Wow.
Is there a bid at 10? Wow.
Oh my gosh.
So sick. 4
Nice.
halts.
I didn't take anything.
There's a
I
bid
got a
at
little
10.
bit.
That's an aggressive trade, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, like I was thinking the same. It's so aggressive, but you just can't doubt the bidder. You know.
How much size did you take?
Just 2K. I tried to get a 10. I sold. I got in at 1040, out at 75. So it's just a couple $100. And now the resumption's going crazy. 13.
Did you try for 10
Wow.
entry and got a high fill, or you bought like as it was going?
No, yeah. I mean, I knew I was gonna get a little bit of slip. I mean, I just wanted as close to 10 as possible, but as long as I didn't get like slipped into like the halt up, that's fine. And, you know, now it's gapping up crazy, but it is what it is.
But
I'm just, I'm looking forward toward like the bounce tree later on.
essentially you waited for the confirmation of it starting to move in the upward direction.
Not really. It's more like if you're buying when it's going up already, then you're too late, especially when it's this volatile. You have to like predict that it's gonna bounce. So like it tapped at $10 like 3 or 4 times, and then it just kind of like refreshed a little bit. Basically like the buyers just came in. So like I'm not buying when it's upticking in theory. I'm trying to buy when it's like about to like pop.
When the down taking is finishing, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like once I think the down ticking is done, and it is risky. Like if that thing cracked $10, halted down, could open at like 8, 750. So, but I don't know. Like for me, I don't think about it like in odds. I just think about like, is it gonna work? Like it just for me, it's that simple.
Dynamo. Oh man. You guys are aggressive, man. Like I saw that bid, but it's like to take that entry after the third halt up, because if that doesn't go, it's instant like halt down and then just steps.
I'm sure the size is on the large side also.
I don't know, I disagree. I think he might be in maybe just 2K shares as well. If he's in there like 5K, 10K, that's crazy. Well, we shouldn't say crazy, but aggressive.
I get what you mean. I agree.
Yeah.
This whole thing is crazy if you think about it.
Yeah, at this point, I would not. I don't even care what happens in this resumption, unless it's like some miracle, like humongous buyer comes in on a dip. I'm thinking just hold down.
I wonder how a short seller would handle something like MNPR, because, like, I don't know, do you just short just because it's up high? I mean, it's given no indication of like, could be it, you know?
I think they
I mean,
wait for
some shorts
consolidation.
do chase.
Because in my head, I'm thinking all right, if this is a short squeeze, it's because obviously there's a lot of shorts in it. But if I'm a short trader, when would I have thought that this was a good time to get in? You know what I'm saying? At any point in this chart.
I
Crazy.
don't know, just up too much, I guess. Like I would say the initial move is not fueled by shorts. Like it's just mostly a pump. Like there actually aren't a lot of shorts on like these kinds of moves. It's just mostly manipulating the resumption and kind of pumping it a bit more. And then once it starts to consolidate, that's you can see more like short fueled stuff. But like stuff like this, I highly doubt it's like someone getting squeezed. It's more, I think, just daily structure and someone pumping it on the long side.
Yeah, just jumping in is like kind of crazy, man. Usually, if there's like a consolidation, like double tops, just resistance, hold all or something, it's like a better, clear, defined entry. But just shorting into the halts up is like definitely risky.
Yeah, being those short traders that chase these kinds of moves, I feel like it's so much of a stressful way of trading because you're basically always hoping and praying that this is not the one that goes to like 100, you know?
Mm-hmm.
About 2 minutes and some change to resumption. Crispy, how Sabe is doing?
I don't know yet. I'm probably gonna hop on a call with him soon though. I think most scalpers had kind of smaller days.
Do you guys follow Madaz or whatever his name is on Kinpo or Twitter?
Yep. I've talked to him before.
Kind of crazy. I mean, obviously he has a pretty high success rate, but crazy seeing like a $500,000 loss in a month.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked to him about it. He just, he's
I mean,
he
he
got
still have
used
like
to
half
like
a million.
yeah. Well, actually, like it's impossible to know because he doesn't publish his locate fees or anything else. So, and especially if you're a short that takes big size, like you can have hundreds of thousands of dollars a year just in locates. But like obviously he has a skill, just has to be like just keep the consistency because when he just strings together the good days, it's it adds up. And then I forgot what he lost. I think he lost on drug. That was like his first blow up, and then something else he lost on. But
Yeah,
like
he
that's
lost
just what
something
happens.
like 2 or 3 weeks before that. So he lost like, I was looking at his Kinfo and it was like two something a couple weeks before drug, and then he lost like 320 on drug.
Hmm.
But then his like his daily wins or his like individual wins are only like 2 to maybe 9K. So it's crazy seeing like he takes like these, let's call it a 9K winner and then 300K loss, but
Resumption, by the way.
I guess he gets more winners.
Yeah. It might be a 10-minute halt. Oh, no, they opened it.
Oh.
They might halt it up here again. Yeah.
No, I didn't think I was gonna go through 13 there.
Yeah, this thing is just off the wall now. I let it go. I probably should take in a little bit at 13, but this is good. I definitely keep an eye out for sympathies now. But yeah, to finish up the conversation, like with Madaz, like he obviously has tremendous experience and skill. Just the consistency, like it can happen to anyone, where you just get so used to like, making so much money, and then when the conditions change, to adapt your style can be a little bit difficult.
Is like the concept in the shorting like him not cutting it fast enough because he thinks it'll still turn, and that's why he continues to hold so long.
Yeah, so on the short side, you have like different strategies. You have some guys that they call like ADF, all day fade shorts. So they're just guys that they just follow the data. So it's like, okay, like most small caps fade, right? Like that's their thesis. So when the stock pops up, they want to get a position and then they want to potentially hold it the rest of the day into the close, because if you look at the majority of small caps, that's what they do. They pop up and then they actually fade below where they started. And then there are like guys like Madaz that like want to kind of top tick short everything, so they kind of wait for things to go parabolic, or when they think that it's the top, and then they take position. That's you can get tied up is when you think that it's the top, and then it makes a new high, and then instead of covering, you just add more, and then next thing you know, when it skips up and you have multiple times your usual size, that's when you can get in trouble.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I understand the allure of shorting because like I've listened to like a handful of the Humble Traders interviews, and like some of the biggest winners that she interviews are all shorters, but their strategy scares me. Like they'll like take a position and just walk away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not for everyone. I took some TC long. Maybe it's dumb, but I don't see any sympathy stocks yet, so maybe the volume just transfers to these older names.
How do you check for sympathy? Sorry. How do you check for sympathy stocks?
just kind of gauge other stocks that are moving. Like you know, like some, for instance, like a new stock can pop up, and then if that catches volume, and it's maybe in like the same sector or same price range, like sympathy can be anything. Like it can be tied from whatever reason. Like just it can be as simple as the same price. Like if MMPR is $13 stock, if another stock, let's just say above $10 pops up, that can be as simple enough to be a sympathy.
Do the charts show very similar characteristics of how they're moving?
They can, like if a sympathy is like super connected, like if one stock halts up, then the other one can halt up. So sometimes there can be a lag.
Yeah, like NVIDIA and AMD, kind of similar in how they walk.
Mm-hmm.
NPR may resume.
So like say the leading gapper for the day halts up and then everyone goes and trades the next leading gapper. That's a good example of sympathy as well too, right?
Yeah, and that happens more like a daily basis. You know, like people are ready to buy, you know, like scalpers or whatever, whoever trades small caps, like they're ready just to buy whatever's moving, right? So if one stock halts up, well, guess what? You're no longer able to trade that. So all that volume and all that money is moved somewhere else to like the next name, which doesn't happen all the time. And it usually works better in like a hotter environment. But it's still, you know, it's still real.
Is that a halt down?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's just, if you're buying that resumption, you're a bit suicidal. But all right, now it's just a waiting game, see where the resumption is and how to play it.
A buy at 11 is not a terrible buy.
Yeah, just see where it opens. Hopefully not too low.
This thing could hold down twice and it'll still be just a normal pullback on the 5-minute.
Yep.
2 minutes, 25 seconds.
Well, that's so it jumped up like it did like 3 or 4 times, and there's a bunch of gaps there. Will this have a tendency to come down now and fill those gaps?
I guess in theory, like yeah, it's definitely gonna come back down. I mean, you're saying like the previous halt levels and all that,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
I mean, I just kind of just I don't know. I mean, I don't think that technical. For me, it's just, you know, this thing made such a big move. You have so many eyeballs on it. So the
Okay.
lower it comes, the lower it comes down, the better. So like now it's showing $11 open. So like even at $11, if it's gonna halt down at 10, open at 9, it's still well within reason for a bounce. Like even if the stock's gonna do a Christmas tree and come all the way back down to $6, like within that fade, there's still gonna be bounces. Like people trying to get the reversal. So yeah, I mean I would prefer that it stays higher and has range, but it can do whatever. You know, I'm just reacting to the price.
Mm-hmm.
ADT. ALAB.
I'm watching TC for potential trap.
I'm actually watching LGCB.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
long some
RT,
TC.
this is Jimmy. Sorry about the call yesterday. I was a little frazzled. Just needed to reach out. That's all. I'll call you later if that's okay.
Yeah, once live stream is done, we can have a chat.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
LSF.
Looks like Danny's doing pretty well here on MMPR.
Yo, Crispy, did you take any there on TC on the trap?
Yeah, I took 6K at like 85, 86, kind of a high fill. But I'm already out. Like,
Yeah, you're not going to hold it to see if it moves back up to VWAP?
no, I mean, I wanted the quick trap there. You know, like I want this thing to, like preferably maybe not go that low. I was thinking, you know, maybe 85 or 90 as a low, and then break back through 3, maybe 310, 320.
Yeah, I see.
And you know, you can see now it's stacking on the ask. I think it still has potential. It's definitely trappy stock. It's still up on the day, pretty nice.
Yeah, I guess the real catalyst would be MNPR giving it momentum, but most eyes are probably going to be on the salt down.
MMPR is like barely gapping down. It could just chain down another halt. We'll see. A $12 open is nothing. It's either gonna snap down or give some range. We'll have to see.
MMPR.
I got a nice little pop on that. I think I should just call this.
I'm long. That's nice pop. Pinning to halt up here. Wish took some more size, but that's all right.
Yeah, looking at where my fill was, I regret selling it so fast. I got filled at 1149.
1149 on the exit or on
the entry.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I didn't get that low. I kind of fumbled. I don't know.
But I got out
knew,
at 87, so it's not like I took a huge win there.
Yeah, it's still good though. Just, you know, get it something. Like I was a bit concerned when it was dipping there, that 1140, because the halt down was like 1090, so it could have just like slipped quickly.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, I got in at where I got a high fill like 80. I sold at 12, then I got back in 1220, and I'm holding. Like that was a good example of just a tape change. So like it was so heavy, and then the moment it cracks that you know, like 1230, 1240 area, it just pins. And then all the short sellers that were thinking it's gonna halt down, like they get swiped on.
That even dip on MNPR was it.
And you can see now TC just fell apart, which is why, like, especially on the traps, like I want to see legitimate bids come in, and if they don't, then I'm not gonna pray that for a reversal. Like the moment that you start hoping it's gonna reverse, you're just like, it shouldn't be like that. It should be, the trends should be so strong that you're just jumping along.
All right, for those of you on YouTube, I'm about to head out. Mr. White, we'll be glad to have you, man. Be sure to check it out. Flash sale still going on. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. It's kind of a max loss day, so I'm not even getting involved in this thing. But I don't know. Do I want to take a resumption trade for Hive Day? I'm kind of thinking like I tried to do some damage control, but didn't do anything but lose. I think I lost like $200. So I've just been on the sidelines, down 3K sadly, giving back yesterday's gains. So decent day. I mean, a hot day really turned out to be a pretty hot day. We just didn't connect on anything. MNPR stock like this is awesome, but and you know I could have been back to flat here if this would give a bottoming wick going up on these halt resumptions, but you know even here it kind of didn't really dip. It's just like straight up. If we get the dip and rip on all of these setups here, I'm already back to flat or even green, but kind of just halted up. So some of the guys took some very aggressive entries. Yeah. I think an opportunity is here on the resumption, but is it worth it? You know, I'm already at like this 3K loss. Like even if I make like $400 or something like. So I think I'm just gonna shut it down and come back again tomorrow. What a day, man. You know, you could never know when you're gonna be red like this, but it would have been nice to know. I could have went to the mall or something and spent some big money. $3 grand of shopping, you know. $3 grand of shopping would have been nice. But I'll catch you guys later. Stay safe, stay green. And if you're going the distance, don't overtrade, but be disciplined and take the best setups. Catch you guys in the next one. Tomorrow, pre-market again at 8:50 a.m. market time. All right. Take care, guys.